Wow. Hi everybody, my name is Jessica Holyfield and I'm a professional dance choreographer and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States. And we're going to be taking a look at match number 6 of round 6. It's going to be Dip Battles versus avex Royalbrats. So this is technically my last match until I am caught up with the active round that just happened, which is round 8. So I am very excited about this. I also haven't technically heard of any of the judges' remarks in regards to this round either. So hopefully today I'll also be able to film that and I'll be able to know, because I have a list of who I gave what skill or what category of the criteria to for each match. So I'm just curious as to who's gonna take what, which is really fun. But I do know Dip Battles has not had a great run so far. I believe they are last right now in terms of the round lineup, and avex is kind of teetering in there. They haven't had the best season, but also they've had some freaking sick concepts that I'm very excited to look at. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and check it out. Oh, little crash there. But I love the individuality choices there. Level represented, really cool here. Nice. Nice. Oh, that was cool. BPM is increased. Here we go. Beautiful, nice. Really cool lighting there. Oh, cool. Nice. Yeah. Wow, okay. That was definitely one of their better routines that we've seen from them. So let's go ahead and dive back from the top. Okay, so for this one, it is a collaboration between, I believe it's a particular band that is a mix of, Japanese culture and Afro beats. So that's where we get what we get, which I think is really cool. And you can definitely see the fusion here, which is probably why I like it for sure. I mean, this whole beginning is really nice, which is the exploration with each other. We do see just a baby, like that was freaking sick. I think that's called a 2000. Please forgive me if I'm wrong there. There was a little crash there, and then notice we did kind of, hook his head. I don't think that was on purpose. So it didn't quite start on the best foot, literally, but having the next dancers, really show up here. I do like the level representation. It's cool. So technically, as you showcase the next light, they are higher and they are lower. It's really nice and you're able to see everybody. And it's building very well, and you can see that it's a communal effort. This is my cat this way. He just decided to come hang out with us. That was nice in the syncopation. Boom, boom, boom. And they slowly get a little deeper into that potential dolphin move, I think is what they were doing there. Really nice, showcasing some house here. I love that. Pas de bourrée variants. I love it with the toe tap. Super cool. Once again, little farmer variants right here, picking up the pace. I love it how they're hooking the feet there. Really nice. Pas de bourrée. They're making it feel very free, but also very structured at the same time. The lighting's really helping this. I love that. diving it through. Great action. I do think spacing is a smidgen off over on stage right, but nothing crazy. Then this was a really cool lighting choice, having the singular person with the light and then having the 3 others join, but then you showcase the levels. Really nice. Love the turn. And then everybody's here. Enter the chat. Here we go. Da-da-da. BPM is increased, their movement's increased, and then we have a sense of absence, and then we go do-do-do-do. Really like that. Picking up, drop. Picking up, drop. I love that. Really nice with the sidewalk. So really heavy house here. Rotating. He was a little bit off on the rotation. Dropped the foot a little bit too early there. Love right there, you guys. I think that's a shuffle, right? Yeah. So when you think about the moves in and of themselves are not the most complex, but of course, getting everybody on the same page, the BPM, the syncopation, you know, they're doing pretty standard moves. Like, I'm able to call it what it is because it's just a standard execution of it. But of course, the BPM's adjusting the speed of the execution, but they're not varying it as much. Maybe the sequence is more varied, but that's about it. Love that pas de bourrée. That's very nice. Right there, I love it with a little heel, toe, toe, bring it through with a CC, and then really nice footwork there with a little bit of a, not swipe, but a not a Zulu variant either. Right there, incorporating the jack. Right there, I love it. It's not a shootout because that's with both feet. It's just a heel, like a step out, which I like, where they're bringing the toe, like the feet out and then bringing them back in. Right there, boom, ta, ta, ta. Really like that because it helps the skater do the track. Really cool lighting as they come in. Once again, we have the sidewalk in place, so maybe there is a chance that they could get docs on just showcasing the same, not sequences, but the same techniques throughout. But also, I mean, to each their own. I feel that you have people that do that all the time. I mean, Cyber Agent's a great example of that. They always have a popping section, and they always have Takumi as the center for that. So, like, the formula and the formation structure that you've noticed with a lot of the groups is, like, they have fingerprints of what they do. Here, it's definitely a better execution in general for a concept like this from Dip Battles than we have seen the entire season so far. This one is the most competitive I think they've had. And he has a nice freestyle moment, and I love the commitment of just diving back, and it's just not quite suicide move, but it's very, very cool. Picking it up once again. I'm just saying that there's a chance, depending on what avex brings, I mean, this could be either very competitive, or it can be something that gets overshadowed by either something conceptually, something in, you know, just I don't know. It's really just depending on the round, because some rounds you're like, ooh, it's gonna be competitive, and it's not, and then vice versa, you know. So they're doing a fantastic job holding it down, though. Really great having the 2 circles and they're going in opposite directions. It's really nice, and then also showing the opposition. Really great way to transition out. Right there. Da, 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 da. Look at the up bounce there. That's just so communal. And I know part of it was, you know, they're bringing in the new year, and please look at their facial expressions with joy. You know, they look like they're having a lot of fun. I love that. Boom, da, da, da. And then I think they double time it. They syncopate it. Dun, da, 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 da. That was good. Good stuff. Once again, da, 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 da. It is a sidewalk, but slightly different than what they did earlier. Once again, really cool. I love the fluidity of how she started that as a little moment there. And then we're building it up, and everyone's adding on the same lower body, but the upper body is slightly different. Really like that. Everybody is having, once again, we have 3 groups going on at the same time. You have 3 in the back. You have 2 that are really killing it in breaking, and then you have your front that are really showing a nice legato, which is super dope. I love that. Right there. Da, 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 da. It was nice. It was gimmicky. It was tasteful. Definitely a fan of that for sure. And they step out. Da, 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 da. Nice tip-tap-toe. And look at the space, and you just smidgen off over on stage left. And I feel like some of our guys over here are starting to lose it a little bit. And then we finish. Boom. One of our guys, he didn't even put his arms up at the end. So I do feel like sometimes some groups are just not killing it in the realm of holding it down till the end. They did a great job nonetheless, though, and is much more competitive than what I was expecting, which is great. Let's go ahead and check out avex. Irresistible. Okay. Oh, nice. Ooh! This feels like it's such a different stage, like meaning that how the lighting there doesn't feel like we're in the same type of staging that we've seen all the other stuff in the matches. Yay! Is this all of our, is it all the guys of the team? That's cool. Woo! Wow! Wow. Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, there we go. Yep, yep. Love that. It's literally just a... They pulled a little company moment just then. Yeah. That was cool. Nice. Hey, okay. That was clean. That was clean seeing that. Okay, audience choice could go to avex because, what is it? It's just, I don't know. It's just, it feels very much like, here's the thing. I don't know with a lot of these. If I'm just going off of past experiences, I think, well, let me look. Tip, okay. Yeah, Royalbrats has experienced some times of getting some audience votes. So that's why, you know, I feel like they're the ones that I think have a higher chance of getting it in terms of that little, not sex appeal, but they give like that, you know? So they got definitely some female fans out there that would be voting for sure. It's a nice vibe all in all, and I think that it was very complete. So there's a chance that some of the categories they're going to get just from the sheer fact of the completeness of the routine and the synchronicity is really nice. Now from the top, like I said, I mean, I feel that that whole section, acapella section, reminded me so much of when the company one year for Vibe, they had a complete acapella section of their routine, and it was so captivating. It was really nice. So for me, I mean, yeah, it's creative how they chose to add it in, and it was very tasteful, but it's not the first time I've seen it, you know? But out of two, they'll be pretty neck and neck in terms of creativity, in my opinion. But I like their lighting choice as well. I love that all of them have their own little essence, their own little circle of light. It's really fun. That boom, boom every other. They come up flapping it, doo-doom, really nice on the ISO with the snap. They do know how to maintain, you know, individuality, showcasing that, but they also know how to hold it down in unison, which makes their individuality look very clean and clear, which is what you want, right? So I love that boom, boom, love it with the syncopation of the chest. Super cool. No, that, yes, it's giving very, you know, if you think about it, yeah, you have that Michael Jackson vibe, but even I would equate it more similarly to Jungkook, right? That like that more recent, if you want to see a more recent representation or example, it's giving a little bit like that because of the fashion as well. Love that tap, T, really love that too. So it's really nice on how they chose to, you know, build it out. Once again, you have the every other, but they chose to do it with about 4 of them. I think they got 1, 2, 3, 4. We're in a group, and then you have your 4 right here. They do a fantastic job with using an even number. I feel like all the groups do. Once again, having the every other. Love that. Nice with a boom and ding. Really great lighting choice for this. It's just nice to kind of just see them exist in the space and just show choreo. It's nice with the little funky guitar, not funky guitar, but like a little strumming of the guitar moment to hit, register to that tonal color that we hear, the resistance of the every other, D, and then we're about to peel it down. Well, boom, 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 but they're all facing opposite ways, which is cool. Turning it around. Not quite in the light, but then he reveals himself, which is fine. I love that choice. D, and then brings it around. Really, really nice to see. And then, of course, you have others join in. Love that. Then we go D. Sliding it in, and then a pom-pom. Yes, on the base. Really nice. Then we have a nice little action. Then they do a nice little tap with the heels. Now, they don't feel as like equally yoked in terms of the execution on this, but it's very subtle. Like, it's nothing crazy. Also, they're not all in the light, so it does kind of give off a little bit. We're not centered on the light that we programmed. Then we have really nice action. Da-da-da-da. Nice little flick of the jacket, and they transition. Then we have one person in the center. Da-da-da-da-da. Really nice. Showcase a huge Michael Jackson presence there. Right there. Boom. Da-da-da-da. Love that choice. Super cool. So they're doing a good job on the tension, syncopation, when to go fast, slow, level representation. So it's very clean. You know, is there anything that stands out in an aggressive way? Not yet. You know, there's nothing that like, wow, really grabs your attention outside of the aesthetic, the costuming, of course, and how they're hitting the track is really nice. But what I mean, though, is there's not any moments that just make you astronomically captivated, at least from a video standpoint. It does feel like, you know, we're having a good time, we're vibing out, we're very clean, but it's not anything that they've done as avex that is like, wow, this is crazy. I've never seen anything like it. But also I understand my own perspective and my own particular lens. I'm very familiar with a lot of concepts or a lot of ideas, because especially since doing these types of analysis, I get exposed to a lot of stuff, which is really, really fun. All that to say, you know, it really just feels, it does remind me of, what is it, Sega Sammy? They did a track, it was more R&B. It wasn't quite like this, but I know that they used a lot of the lights and like the reflection, that kind of moment. So it did kind of feel like a compilation of a lot of captivating moments from other teams throughout different rounds. That's probably what I'm picking up on. There really isn't anything that I'm like, whoa, that is so iconic and so different. But I will say their stepping section is really nice. It's been a hot minute since I've seen somebody pursue that particular creative avenue, because it's tricky to get right. So I will give them credit for that for sure. Right there, this is really nice. I love that too, really nice. But I feel like I've seen them do a side of unison like this, or maybe it was another team that I did, but there's, you know, it's really nice. It matches well, but once again, it's not anything that's like, wow, I'm just so enthralled by this. You know, I think that's kind of my overall point. Great levels on that. It's clean, nice routine. Then right here, it's when it keeps going, it's what really, really stands out. Nice ISO ting ting. I literally just saw this particular syncopation in Taman's, was it Want? No, it was in one of those nights by Key. I just saw something like that from them there. So it's really so interesting how that is relatable. And then of course you have the reveals of the 3, and then you have down to the 2. So they have to be on it in terms of where they are in this formation to make sure they are in those lights the way they need to. Then he builds it up. D. So it also too, does it also feel like, you correct me if I'm wrong, it does remind me of the Kenichi set they did. I already said what I said about it. And I feel like we're kind of tying a little bit of that into this. Which, you know, I mean, to each their own. My fixed one isn't broken, you know? So I feel like it's a combination of what I saw from the company with that metronome kind of vibe, which is nice. Then you have them here. Then you hear the steps. I like that with the little clap there. That's super nice. Then we all kind of transition. Yep. Baby, little stumble right there from our front guy. Love the captivation, and the lighting really helped there. Yep, nice little tank top. Did it feel a bit disconnected? Potentially, you know, with that kind of moment. I'm not sure. I mean, I do need to look at let me do this real quick. I looked and it didn't tell me any concept. I'm just assuming it's, you know, we're irresistible, you know, and so I mean, going off of that, it's really great build. They take it to a great place, but also you can run into some overlap of oversaturation. Complexity's there for sure, but I think their category that I think is, I mean, it can be maintained because of the usage of the step and the metronome, of course, but for me personally, their creativity would not have gotten astronomically high because of the things that I had already cited in reference. But if we're looking at, let's say, their choreo looks great. The style is nice, but it can kind of teeter a little bit like this. I would say it's important to have that little clap step section with the metronome. That was nice, but also notice the tension and the type of choreo that they were bringing. Very similar. The only difference was they were just dancing to just a click or to that. They weren't dancing to a particular, they weren't switching the parts of the music at all. So that's kind of like my overall note, I think, for this one. It feels like we're pulling or pursuing similar textures throughout the routine in comparison to showing more depth. We're relying too much upon our music to provide that for us, and we're kind of, I think it feels comfortable. Does that make sense? It feels a little comfortable. Could it be because they're against Dip Battles and Dip Battles has not held it down the entire season until this? Possibly. You know, so I mean, this can swing either for me personally, but there's a chance that the judges may pick Royalbrats because of the majority of the categories that are up for grabs. But bringing it here, I do like the snaps. The turn is nice. The alpha sides of the bleed, bleed, bleed. Great. They're just clean. It's enjoyable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They make it feel like the stage is bigger. Honestly, it's very impressive. There's your straight line. There we go. Nice little ISO once again. Yeah, great energy there. Dee-dee-dee-dee. Love that syncopation. It was enjoyable. Very clean. I love it when you have heads all nice and clean together like that. It's just so captivating. It's subtle and effective. Love that. Love that. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Really great. Tapping it through. Dee-dee-dee-dee. Love that accent too. It was clean. It was nice. So do I think they may take audience? Yes. But let's look at all the categories and place our votes. So for skill. Ooh, okay. When it comes to like fundamental skill, I think they brought more complexity in the polyrhythmic vibes. But honestly, I think that Dip Battles held it down pretty well there in that category. I would say number 4, I would give to Dip Battles, which is style. I think they held down the style pretty well, and as one of their creative elements, creativity. I see creativity in both. Neither are like these abstract new concepts to me. So they would honestly, I think, score pretty equal in that regard. So I would put D/avex. When it comes to perfection, I would probably give it to avex. They were clean and they were also complete. It was a full story. And then when you're looking at, number 3, choreo. Ooh, with choreo. I think they may get choreo because, I want to give them choreo though. Skill and choreo are the trickier ones for me for this. But if I were to pick, I would say avex brought more skill. No. They didn't show as much dynamics within the styles. You see, we just kind of let him fall. Bless the boy. Goodness gracious. Let's do choreo for, I'm going to give it to Dip Battles. I really like their choreo there, but I'll give avex skill, because they did show a lot of polyrhythmic intention behind it. It did just kind of flatline a little bit though. So I don't know. Maybe I'd give that to Dip Battle too. Maybe Dip. I would pick Dip out of everybody. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not going to find out until probably soon, where I'm just going to binge all the judges' commentary from all the matches. But this was really fun, and I really enjoyed watching this round for sure. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch. If you want to see more D.LEAGUE, I am always actively recording it as it comes out. So it's going to be pretty much a year-long process always, because they will always have rounds to be taken a look at. I know they have like a 3-month break over the summer, but it's really, really fun to be able to just watch it as it's happening. It's super fun, and I get to live out my commentator dreams, which is really cool. Once again, my name is Jess. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye.